line. And so, that's Randy. And wow, this is cool, that's Sam. Well, thank you, John, for that generous introduction. And thank you all for that very warm reception. I've reached that certain age when, unless I print these things, it'd be about 5 pages. You guys think I'd be here all day. I need to wear some specs. I got to tell you that I feel very much at home here. And that's really because until just 12 days ago, I was one of you, a working Texas realtor. And when I returned home to Texas 20 years ago, I got licensed as a broker right away. I had to study for the bar exam. That took a lot longer. And I joined the Texas Association of Realtors as soon as I was licensed. My military duty in Desert Storm cut short that very first business venture. But I've always maintained an active broker license, even while working in institutional real estate where it was not a requirement. I felt it was that important. And when I left the Veterans Land Board in late 2003 and opened my real estate brokerage office, I rejoined TAR right away. And within the first year, I had earned my GRI designation. And that education made me a better broker, especially for all my agents handling residential transactions. Now, I personally represented primarily commercial and investment property transactions. So over the next 2 years, I completed all of the coursework necessary for a CCIM designation. And next April, God willing, I will sit successfully for that final exam in New Orleans. So about that time, I'm asking for all of your prayers. And now, even though I have sold my business interests and put my license in inactive status in order to avoid any conflict with my new responsibilities, I hope that you will always consider me as one of you, perhaps an honorary member of the Texas Association of Realtors. Fellow real estate professionals, for that is what we are and should always strive to be. I have a very distinct vision of what TREC's potential can be. I'm very excited to lead the team at one of Texas' largest licensing agencies, especially at this crucial time in our state's continued growth. Now, TREC faces both some legacy challenges, which I'm well aware of, having been a working realtor, and some tremendous new opportunities to better serve and protect the millions of families in Texas, principally by enhancing the education, the skills, and the ethical practice standards of the real estate professionals who serve and represent those families. We look forward at TREC to strengthening our working partnership with the major professional associations of all of our license holders, the most important of these indisputably being the Texas Association of Realtors. We commit to you to leverage technology to communicate more effectively and to simplify the licensing process. With a sustained strategic vision and the cooperation of our major stakeholders, TREC can become one of the most effective and respected public agencies in Texas and increase the public confidence of all Texans in our profession. Let us make that our common goal. This past year, TREC staff worked very closely with the Texas Association of Realtors on legislative matters affecting real estate licensing and regulation, as you would expect. Beginning with a meeting with TAR's Legislative Task Force in 2008 and throughout the TREC strategic planning process and the 2009 legislative session, it is clear that the agency had the full support of the Texas Association of Realtors. Once the Commission established its legislative priorities, TAR staff worked very closely with TREC staff to get a clear understanding of these priorities, and then with key legislative contacts to make sure that these priorities were reflected in legislation. From drafting the TREC update measures to finding sponsors for the bills and testifying at legislative hearings, we appreciate the solid support we received from TAR members and staff during the 2009 legislative session. Without this support, I do not believe that we would have achieved the success that we did during this legislative session. So, though I can take no credit for it because I was not there, we can and will build upon that strong foundation. Our heartfelt gratitude is owed to you, and here it is now delivered. Thank you all, especially those of you who are TREPAC contributors. Please do not leave here today without one of my business cards. I have another stack of them. I put some out, but I also have another stack here. And I invite you to call me or email me. I welcome all of your suggestions as TREC transforms itself to become a more effective agency and a partner in the crucial work that we do of representing Texas families in the most important financial transactions most will ever undertake. And we do so committed to the highest ethical standards and with a professionalism that itself is the hallmark and definition of our indispensable value added. Thank you all for your time and attention. It is my sincere honor to be here with you today.